Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Tainted Grail. It is by Awakened Realms Digital, and it's in early access right now on Steam. Currently $25 US. Looks very interesting. It's definitely has an RPG, some roguelite stuff as well, potentially. And I saw some cards and stuff. I don't know exactly how this game plays out, so that's why I'm popping in here to take a look at it, my friends. There are apparently, in the early access here, there's two different modes. The campaign, where you can play about 3 hours of it, and an endless RPG mode where you can develop your village and stuff. I'm kind of curious to see how the campaign rolls out, so I think I'm going to start with this, because we're definitely not going to do 3 hours, but might do, about an hour or so, maybe. Before we pop in here, though, let's just make sure everything is good here. Let go high. Oh, ultra, yes. Making sure there's nothing. C quality. Okay. Try that. But let me make sure everything looks fine here. Combat next turn. Okay, must be turn-based in some way, shape, or form. But we'll see. We'll see what we're doing here.
Kuinact is dying. Its barren fields provide little food, and its crumbling walls offer no protection. As the power of the Guardian men here fails, the weirdness creeps ever closer. Twisting places, creatures, and even space itself. Despite this, the people of the Farmhold refuse to leave. Instead, Lord Yvain led 4 of their best on a desperate mission to Camelot. They promised to bring back help. They never returned. Now those left behind are growing desperate. They will try to bestow the burden of their fate on someone else. New heroes, with an even slimmer chance of success.
Apologies on no subtitles. I guess they just don't have them yet in the early access. So yeah, this is my understanding is taking the Arthurian legends and kind of being set in that time period. So Knights of the Round Table and Merlin and the quest for Holy Grail, I imagine. So we'll see what this leads to. I can play as Bior or Ali. Bior is a local smith known for short temper and incredible strength. He does his best to conceal a festering, unhealable wound in his side that he received under mysterious circumstances. And Ailey is an outcast whose entire family perished in a wiredness. She makes a modest living supplying healing herbs and roots to the locals. What's this? Due to balancing issues and system share between campaign and conquest, both characters currently play the same. If you want to see a diversity of play styles we plan for the game, check out our conquest mode. Oh, I see. Alright, so they didn't basically right now it's an aesthetic choice for the moment. I'm just gonna take Bior.
Not long ago, Ephir's Forge supplied the southern lands with weapons and armor of quality comparable to arms crafted by masters of Camelot. Materials brought directly from the mines at Forlorn Swords, as well as Ephir's unrivaled knowledge, made his swords and shields particularly sought after. But with quality and renown came steep prices that not every soldier could pay out of pocket. You were the happiest person on this damned island when Ephir took you under his wing to teach you the basics of his craft. Now, the ruin of his house, the place where you spent countless hours hammering on the blacksmith's iron, looms at the edge of the weirdness, rotting away, a shade of its former glory. Your hand touches the key in your pocket. Every day it feels a little heavier. Every day you wonder whether you will be able to force yourself to walk through that door again. Why would you even try to save his legacy after he found you insufficient? After he lied to you? After he left you behind like a broken tool?
All right, open the door.
With hazy eyes and less than confident hands, you open the door. Maybe that last ale wasn't a good idea. Maybe it was. The fact is that now you're drunk out of your mind. But as you sit near a large workbench, you notice a piece of parchment on the floor under it. That damned letter. You've read it 1,000 times by now. You've tried to burn it 1,000 times more.
Read the letter again.
In this short note, your master explains the reason why Yvain did not take you on his quest. The young lord of Kuanacht believed you too reckless, and he saw your wound as a liability. However, he tries to convince you that should their expedition fail, you might be the only hope Kuanacht has to survive. It's not like you believe a single word he wrote.
Requires 5 resources. Is all we have. Alright, work through the night.
Drunk as you are, it's not easy to start working at the forge, but you're way past sleeping it off. Kuanacht is dying, and everyone who didn't leave by now is going down with it. You try to hammer your way through some of Ephir's sketches, but find yourself unable to replicate anything of use. You try your best, and it's a weird feeling. Something you haven't felt for a while now. You wake as the sun sets. Usually, by this time, you'd already be on your way to the inn. You might be able to force yourself to get some work done before you leave, though. The wound in your side suddenly throbs, and you punch it in response. Pain and rage overwhelming you for a moment. Only then you notice one of the farmhold's guardians standing in front of you, his mouth agape.
Don't you know how to knock?
I am sorry, but it's your turn to lay an offering.
God-forsaken offering. It was not your turn today, and even if it were, you know the truth. The men here's protection won't last. Oblivion stretches its cold hands towards Kuanacht Farmhold after claiming many other parts of Avalon.
Must have read the ledger wrong. It's not my turn.
The guard hesitates for a moment.
The knight. He changed our ledger. You are now first on the list.
Anger seethes in you again, causing your wound to burn. The guard sees that and adds,
He's from bloody Camelot. We are not to question his methods. Please, just go and see to the offering.
What offering?
Your question takes him aback.
An offering to our guardian Minir. Have you been outside? The weirdness is close now, and Farmhold's ledger says you're next. Please, don't cause any trouble.
So it is called weirdness. All right, sure. We're being chased by a weirdness. All right.
Time passes. Your wound throbs again, as if something was trying to rip free and join the rolling clouds of weirdness outside. Sitting here any longer would be a torture.
Wow, look at the visuals on this thing. Whew. Cool and active men here. Okay. That must be lay a sacrifice at the men here. So do I give it my mead? What do I give it? Leave us alone. Okay. There's a drunk over here.
The smell of dirt, vomit, and ale mix in the air as you approach a man desperately trying to keep a standing position. He looks liable to empty his stomach on the ground outside the inn.
You damn peasants! You damn fools! That's no way to treat a man of my stature! It's a travesty!
You blew it all up! You madman! Oh, sorry. wrong movie. What happened?
Disrespect happened! They threw me out! Me! Treated like a dog! Or worse!
You're accustomed to drunks in Kuanacht, and even being thrown out of the inn. You've done your fair share of stupid things since Master Efer left town. But at least you had the decency to wash the day after. The smell wafting from this man is unbearable. Judging by his garb, he must have been an aristocrat, a lord of some kind. The armor he wears is of exceptional quality. Quality most folk in Kuanacht can't afford.
Calm down. Tell me what's going on.
The man looks at you, trying to concentrate and pull through his drunken haze.
As if you cared. You just want to use me, like everyone else, to exploit me. And the fact that my heart is too good for this world.
Can I sacrifice this guy to the men here? Does the men here accept whiners? That would be good. He wipes his tears with a dirty robe.
I need a drink. I need a damn drink, and I can't get one because I can't get inside.
Here, drink this requires an alcoholic drink, which I assume I don't have. Actually, I do. I have mead, which gives me 10 experience points. Okay. Man drinks greedily.
Much better. You asked what happened? Let's say I believe that you really care.
He sinks to the ground, looking somehow even more miserable.
I am a lord.
He seems to realize how absurd this sounds in his current predicament, so he waves his hand and tries to start the story again.
You're used to Yvain, the man who ran Kuanacht before he went on his journey. He owned this land. He owned these people. But most importantly, he owned the hearts of his followers. I was a lord too. I ruled over Donegal, a village on the cliffs south of Grubwood. It wasn't as impressive or important as Kuanacht, but the view of the sea made up for everything we lacked.
Everything. Okay. So what happened?
I wanted the best for my people. This is how they repay me.
He shakes his head.
When the weirdness crept in, I asked them for help. I asked them to help our village, to pull into the coffers and donate food from their granaries to build a foundation for the worst times. I asked them to build walls to deter the bandits bound to come once their village stores were consumed. I asked them.
He starts crying again.
And that's how they repaid me. One morning, a crowd gathered in front of my home, and they told me to leave the village, threw me a sword, and made me go somewhere, anywhere.
I think you're leaving out some important part here, because that seems like a drastic measure for someone who's trying to be measured.
I didn't know what I'd done wrong. I had no time to pack, no time to prepare. I lost my way in the weirdness. I don't know for...
Oh, I accidentally clicked. I don't know for how long, but I knew I had to come to Quinact because it was bound to be the only safe place on this side of Avalon. Yvain wouldn't let that happen to him ever. I don't know if I was whining enough, but there you go. What happened on the road? The man starts sobbing uncontrollably. Oh, jeez, he's crying.
I struggled and suffered on my journey. Here, I fought beasts and bandits. I had no luck on my side, especially...
He gets back to the drink you gave him.
I'm sure you've noticed the smell. It's my curse. It's what I earned on my journey through the weirdness.
What, did you roll... Would you roll around in a bunch of skunks? A skunk den?
I've seen many disturbing things on my way here. Talking trees. Merchants merged with their carts. But when I finally arrived here, I realized that something even worse happened to me.
Merchants merge with their carts? Did this guy experience the Philadelphia experiment? What the hell happened here? He leans closer to you, the smell overpowering you.
I don't wear my clothes anymore. They wear me.
Okay. I mean, if you haven't been to the laundromat in months, I guess that is true. Sort of. In a weird way. Horrific way, honestly. Though if they get up and start dancing, that's gonna be that'll be a neat trick. Only now do you realize that his armor has fused with his flesh. But I mean, I guess that's why he's drinking so much. He must be in a ton of pain, but okay.
Imagine the look on the bandits' faces when they tried to rob me of my possessions.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry too. All the good you want to do for people. And that's how they repay you.
So does that mean his helmet is also fused with his skull? Because that's... Yeah, okay. Is there anything I could do for you? Like, would you like me to, I don't know, stuff you in a closet, or I don't know what would you do for a guy whose armor has fused to his body, like, other than, you know, a good old, you know, I don't know, mob necktie, mafia necktie, whatever it's called. I don't know.
No, not really. I'll just stay here. Stay here and probably die. Leave. Go. Have fun on your adventures or whatever.
Well, that's a thing. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy some body mod horror, because that's what we got here. Marketplace. Beekeeper. Oh, look at this. So the men here is keeping the weirdness at bay. That's, I guess, the purple there. Town guard. It's your turn today. Go, make a sacrifice to the guardian men here. Chop chop. Do you know why the knight changed the ledger? No, I have no idea. I don't know, and I don't care. Whatever the knight says happens, so no questions asked. You saw what happened to Thaddeus a week ago. Okay. So what's the situation? Look around and you'll see the weirdness crept up to Lord Yvain's home yesterday, and the sacrifices are... well, they're not doing much these days. I'd say that by this rate, within a month, all of us will be either squeezing under the men here, or we'll start growing additional pairs of hands and ears. Well, that's a thing. Was this like in The Simpsons when they had the what was it? One of those Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes where they had the gas that turns people inside out? Is that what this is? Red Priest. The red-clothed tent in Kuanacht belongs to the Red Priests. Not many are brave enough to actually speak to members of this reclusive order that dates back all the way to the homelands. The fact that the law of the land lets Red Priests seize anyone on suspicion of sickness probably has something to do with this reluctance. Don't be afraid, child. We're here to help. Ooh, excuse me. How are you helping, actually? Well, obviously we're trying to stop the plague and find a cure. It's not much of an explanation, but you know there's nothing new he could tell you about an illness that pushed humans out of their homelands beyond the sea, chased them all the way to Avalon, and now eats away at their remnants. For some, it is only an incurable disease that turns your entire skin into an open wound. Others came to see it as a force of history, a hand that will erase humanity from the face of the world. Yes, but how do you do that exactly? You see a mixture of emotions at the man's face. He's angered by your impudence, yet at the same time happy because of your curiosity. Not something I could easily explain, not without breaking the vows of my order. The exact work is kept secret by my superiors, but if you're really interested in learning our ways, we're always looking for hired help in the Island Asylum. The Island Asylum? He sighs, saddened by your apparent ignorance. The island just off the coast, southwest from here. They say it was the first place where humans made landfall in Avalon. We found an ancient necropolis there, carved into 3 sides of a mountain, overlooking a dark grove. We repurposed its halls and corridors as a hospital. The only way in and out of the island is by a ferry. His spoiled teeth flash in a smile. If you bear the sign of the plague, there's no fee for crossing to the other side. What about the weirdness? Most people don't care if their neighbor turned into a misshapen monstrosity because of the plague or because of the weird. It is us who they call regardless. We had to open a new wing of the asylum just for the weird claims. Red Death is an older and greater threat, but our work on curing it recently took a back seat. With the men here's weakening, we now see more victims of the weird than of the plague. Okay. Crazed dog down there. So I guess that's a battle? What do I lay at the...
The local men here now towers above you, weathered and cracked, its ribbons flapping in the wind. The thought that this tired old thing is the only protection from pure weirdness outside a farmhold sends shivers up your spine. Menhirs, raised by Merlin himself in the Age of Conquest, are said to have different appetites. The one before you seems to best respond to fresh blood, and its thirst is not easy to quench. The men here can be sated with animal blood, just as easily as with human offering. Unfortunately, livestock is now scarce and very expensive. You will need to hunt down some wild creature and drag it back to this place. The thought of chasing prey on the edge of weirdness makes you anxious. Your eyes slide past the Kuanak's prison Brock. Maybe there is another, safer way to appease the men here.
That would be why there's a crazed dog down here, I guess. Alright, doggy. Oh, you're gonna keep walking away from me? Oh. I'm guessing that's why they... Alright, well... Well, here we go. You walked into weirdness, a truly dangerous environment. Combat encounters in weirdness will be much harder, but can be more profitable. Other interactions on the map can be a little bit different, too. If you have a weird candle in your quick slot, you can click on it to repel the weirdness. You can add items to quick slots in your inventory. Same goes for combat items. Remember to set them before going into combat. You only have 4 slots for consumables during combat, and they can make a difference between life and death. Okay. What do we have here? Mead. Key to his forge. Food. Combat items. Food. We don't have much of anything, so I guess we're going for it. Crazed dog. Combat in Tainted Grail is turn-based, and you're the one who strikes first. Each move you make costs energy. After it runs out, you need to manually end your turn. The number on the upper left corner of your cards is their energy cost. The name above their description is their type. Skills which you will unlock later sometimes require certain card types. Remember to add items you want to use in combat to their slots, combat item slots in your inventory. While creating your character, you also pick their rune. All runes have their passive bonuses and ultimates. Charge your rune during combat and use its power to your advantage. Hover on enemies to see their descriptions. Knowing their behavior is crucial. Some enemies are immune to stuns, etc. Always pay attention to enemy intents. These icons explain what they tend to do during a turn. Okay, cool. So it's like Slay the Spire then, which I'm cool with. This is where you'll see the current armor value of your enemies. Armor is the number of damage reduction. Minus 60% of armor means you'll be attacking for 60% more damage. Okay. Last but not least, pay attention to icons appearing under the enemy's health bar. They can give you a lot of valuable information. Okay. So he's gonna strike me for 1 to 4 then, right? So what do we got here? Breathe is a block. Blocks next hit taken from enemy lasts only 1 round. And then how much power do we have? 3? 3 energy? Okay. Small strikes. 6 to 8 times 3. Targets random enemies. Attack 13 to 16. Hard hit cleave 52 to 64. Okay. Okay, I think I see what they're doing. Ah, excuse me there. Alright, so, let's do attack. And attack again. And we will, oh, next turn I get +1 energy, alright, and then breathe. Alright, and turn. Cool, now we got 4 points. Let's do all in. What is that? Get plus 50% damage this turn. That would be nice. Let's do that. And then do, yeah, 19 to 24 now. Or small strikes, 9 to 12. times 3. So, well, 1924 would be good as well, I guess. Oh, it's still active. Okay. There we go. Dog carcass, and food. Alright, name all that. I'm saved. Alright, let's give the dog carcass to the men here. Burn animal remains. Do it.
You spill the blood at the foot of the statue. The cracked stones drink greedily. You feel the menhir's power surging.
10 XP we got.
Once again, the weirdness is pushed back. Once again, the land returned to Kuanacht is smaller than before, barely reaching past the furthest buildings of the farmhold. Bystanders disperse, and you sit down to catch your breath. Most of the people are now heading for the mead hall to raise a toast for yet another day Kuanacht bought itself with blood.
This is cool. I like. Oh, there's our mini map there. I like how it's kind of got like Slay the Spire stuff, but instead of being like this, you know, very strict node-based path, you basically got somewhat open world, which is kind of cool. So we've pushed that back over here, so now we can see another crazed dog there. Oh, there is. Okay. But now we're not in the weirdness, so I guess he's not as difficult now? I don't know. Anyway, we'll just do basically the same thing we did before. Pretty much. And that's 6 to make an enemy vulnerable. Okay. Well, we're not gonna reach 6 here, because we're gonna have to block this incoming. There we go. Small strikes. There we go. You have to see them in here. There's 5 hit points on use. I think I'm just going to take food. Can I just say I want just the food? All it says is claim all. Okay. I guess I'll claim the carcass too, I guess. I don't know if I want to walk around with a carcass, but there you go. Was there anybody in this house? No? Okay. Join the villagers in the mead hall. There's more crazed dogs down here. Like 2 of them? Because it said trivial on both of them? Yeah. So 0 to 2 and 0 to 1. Huh. Okay. I guess we'll do this one. And it's stunned. Okay, combo marks. Alright, well that's fine. If that one's stunned, then we'll work on the other one then. And then we'll block. Oh, they still managed to get 1 point of damage on me, huh? Let's see. Oh, Executor Strike. Oh, that's why, because it was Executor Strike. 22 to 28. Let's do it on that one. And we will breathe. +1 energy next turn. Alright, all in. Let's do small strikes. And attack. There you go. Cool. Getting a little stretching my legs a little bit here. Getting a little combat experience. I can't go that way. Gatekeeper. The lone guard glances at you nervously as you get close to the gate. The gates are closed. Knight's orders. Okay. Can I, like, spin my... Is it, like, mouse? Ah, there it is. Okay, so middle mouse button is to spin, and right-click to drag. Makes that go. Awesome. I like how on the mini-map they actually have the, like, the shortest path to go where you want to go. For the next thing there.
The moods in the mead hall are sour. While relieved that the town bought some time, by now even the simplest of Kuanak's folk realize this can only go on for so long.
Curse this place! Curse the stinking breath of Dwathan! Yvain should be back with us by now. Mayhaps he got too comfortable in Camelot. Speak in Yvain's defense.
You walk up to them and tell them the truth. That they have no idea how it is beyond the Menhir's light. That Yvain and his group are fighting for you while you sit in the warm mead hall. That you should show them some respect.
No, I'm sure that's going to go over well.
You almost believe this yourself. You take a place at the edge of the hall, while people begin to talk about sending someone else to find help for Kuanak. Many of them look toward you as they speak. You now feel stupid for drawing so much attention to yourself.
Well, I mean, we were going to get roped in regardless. Might as well own it.
Silence!
Conversations cut off immediately. The crowd parts, and a massive figure pushes towards you. The Maimed Knight is here. Was he sitting in some far corner of the hall the entire time, or did he arrive just now?
Leave us alone.
Guards gently escort everyone but you outside, ignoring the pleas of people who just started their drinks. Guards take their posts on the other side of the door and make sure no one is eavesdropping by the outside wall. You're now alone with the knight, trying not to look at the bandages covering half of his face, or to think about unsettling stories you've heard about him.
You were able to talk sense into these people, to hold things together when tempers ran high. Good. You might just be the person I was hoping to find. Someone who could handle an urgent task.
Your hand grasps the letter in your pocket. Your mentor also asked you to step up. But what if they were wrong?
I kept watching you today. I needed to see how well you deal with hardships and obstacles before I tell you the truth.
Is that why you put my name for the offering today?
The time is short. I couldn't wait any longer, and you seemed like the best bet.
He sighs.
I trust you received a certain letter from someone important to you.
Yes, I did.
And yet you willingly rejected your responsibility and decided to pretend nothing had happened.
His damning look stings deeply. He sighs.
When Lord Yvain left me in charge of this farmhold, I thought the task was beneath me. Turned out it's quite the opposite.
He looks at his bandaged hands and then turns back towards you.
I cannot travel outside anymore. Will you help me?
What do you want me to do?
We have to find a way to strengthen the Menhir and buy more time, so that Yvain may finish his quest. Blood is not sufficient anymore. We need another source of power to lay at its feet.
Where should I look? Any ideas?
In days of old, before the purges, it was druids who took care of Minirs. The one Yvain cast out from the city may still be alive. You may also ask someone who knows a thing or two about objects infused with magic. Your people speak about a witch in the woods to the west. Maybe she knows what could help our stone.
The clouds of weirdness are still just outside of town. It's impossible to travel.
The knight reaches for the satchel at his side and hands you a couple of candles made from strange dark wax. You shudder. You never thought you'll have to use one of these foul things.
Weird candles. Make every one of them count. Some more may still be bought around Kurnacht, but they get scarcer by the day. And do not make a mistake of thinking that their light turns you invulnerable. If you keep peering too long into the weirdness, it is bound to look back.
His hand touches the bandage on the side of his face.
If you don't go out there, no one will. In weeks, the town will be swallowed whole. Don't wait until the weirdness is at your very doorstep.
Okay, so I've got a weird candle. Guess we'll put that on our quick slots. And okay. I see, there's infected humans and a bounty hunter. And then home here. Oh, which way? Find either the witch or the druid and ask them to help with the menhir. I guess which way is which, though? Do I have a quest log? I do. Banished, lost, and dangerous. Long ago, there was a druid in Kuanark. He fell out of grace with Lord Yavin, and was banished for life. Nobody talked with him ever since. In the hills south. Okay, so the druid is south, and the witch is the west. She's probably the northern-looking thing. Scapegoat. Oh. Oh, so I could have went and grabbed a prisoner and threw them at it. Okay, cool. Didn't know there was prisoners around. They didn't really describe that in the options, but okay. So looks like the door might be open now. Let's go to the north. First, I do see some hidden wealth. I see some hidden wealth that's not quite so well hidden. Also a bounty hunter here. 12 wealth. Alright, let's go up against... Let's fight some things. Why not? Why not? I know I don't have 200 health yet, but, you know. 3 times 5. Just one block. % damage this turn. That's a 3. 400% damage. Deal 20% damage to all other enemies. He's only gonna do... Well, he's gonna do like 15 to 21, right? And I can only really block one of those. Alright, let's do all in. Attack. And breathe. Okay. I can stun him with a shield bash, or I can stun him with... Damage is tripled if the enemy is stunned. Okay, so... I don't have any blocks, so we're going to have to go all in here anyway. 2 times 9 to 12. Okay, so shield bash, stun him, and then triple damage. Oh, yes. All that. Oh, yeah, and I got 1 extra because I did that breathe. If the target's intent is to attack stun, okay, but we've already got him stunned. So let's just do 6 to 8 times 3. 8, 16, 24. Yeah, that would be more damage than this, theoretically. So, small strikes. I almost got the 6, though, to make the enemy vulnerable. Oh, well. Well, he's stunned anyway, so... There we go. Music's kind of rocking. What's he gonna do? He's gonna do 2 attacks, so I only need to do like 2 blocks, right? So let's do this one, and then bango, bango. Nice. Nice. So crippling attack 26 to 32, which I could do this all in. Do all in first. 39 to 48. If the target's intent is to attack, then stun. So that's what we'll do. He is nice and stunned now. And yeah, small strikes. Damn straight. What is this? Brawler. Once per round, deal damage based on your current charge of 1 enemy. Is this charge? Oh, this is charged, isn't it? I guess I should have been using this. It did say to use your ultimate. It looks like it's charged. I couldn't tell if it was charged or not. It does say 100% though, so I guess I should have done that. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. Oh, and we leveled. Acid Flask. Reduce a chosen enemy's armor by 75 for 4 turns. Ooh. Delicious. Delicious, I say. Pick a new card. Taunt Return. What does that do? Provokes enemy to attack you, then you attack him with your base damage. Return. After playing the card, it returns to your hand. The card's cost can never be modified. Okay. We don't discard it, it just comes back. Cleave. Let's get another cleave. Pick a new passive skill. Blocking expert. Block lasts for 2 turns. If not used. Fires my blood. Increase your base damage by 10%. Weird man. On each turn, start gain 3 brawler charges. Let's do blocking expert. Okay. What's this dude? Infected human. Trivial. I am going to take him on just for the sake of taking him on. Getting experience. Enemy is preparing for special attack. Okay. So he's not going to attack me, he's just preparing for a turn. Enemy is stunned. Which his intent is not to attack, so that's not going to stun him. Let's just do a hard hit then. There we go. Enemy's intent is unknown. Okay. All in. An attack. And he's done. And he's down. He had nothing on him, huh? Alright. Well, at least it was an XP thing anyway. I like how the game just immediately saves after you've done that. What is up here? Caraway roads. Inns are rare in Avalon, due to a few roads and the dangers of weirdness, but this crooked building commanded the road to Farshire for many decades. You're relieved to see it standing, even though it's eerily silent, and there's not a single merchant and trading post by its wall. Examine? You walk around the building looking for anything suspicious. It seems unspoiled by the weirdness. There's a legend that fragments of an old, shattered menhir are embedded in the foundation of the inn. Perhaps that's what kept it in such a good shape. Some smoke coming from one of the chimneys. Okay, enter the inn. As you reach for the door, it suddenly swings open. A small figure barges outside, her every move projecting anger and frustration. She turns one last time towards the dark interior of the inn, delivering her final words. Screw you too, Buckteeth! You recognize her. She was the ward of Priestess Niente. Other people of your farmhold distrusted her since she was the only survivor of Weird Storm that claimed her family. Oh, it's Ali. Ali. Okay. That's the other character you could play, right? Shouldn't you be with the sick herb girl? Oof. What were you arguing about? How about you keep your nose out of my damn business? Settle down, I mean no harm. She breathes deeply and fixes her wild hair. Right, I'm getting carried away. I just wanted to buy some of the stones that kept this stinking hovel intact. But this pig-headed owner won't share. Stones? Don't you know there are fragments of an old shattered menhir embedded in the foundations of the inn? I wanted to use their power in one of my new brews. Even if she's right, you see why the owner would be reluctant to share even one of the fragments. We could use your help in Kunakt, Ali. No later than this morning, someone spat on me and called me a weird spawn, and you're asking me to defend these people? Her laughter pierces you like a sharp icicle. If not for them, do it for your own safety? I'm doing something for my safety if you haven't noticed. I plan to make a potion that would protect me from weirdness and get as far from this place as possible. If we don't help, no place may be far enough. Ali shrugs her arms. I'm asking you to do what Niente would have done. She was loyal to her farmhold through thick and thin. Sudden anger lights up in Ali's face. I am not Niente, understood? I don't even care for her. She unabandoned me. She left me alone with these... She stops short of a sob and turns her head away, wiping a tear. I'm not sure it'd be a good idea to put your hand on her arm. Just say wait. After a moment, she regains her composure. Seriously, give me one good reason to save Kunakt. You lost your parents to weirdness. Do not doom other children to share your fate. She opens her mouth to deliver another snarky reply, but the words get stuck in her throat. After a moment, she shakes her head. Good. Old, think of the children, eh? If you only knew the horror of watching the weirdness take your close ones, seeing them mangled out of shape, twisted into something monstrous. She straightens herself. Yes, if you really want to stop that, I could work with you. Could? Is there something more you need? Her gaze suddenly turns cold and distant. Yes, if what they say about me comes true in the end, if I ever turn out to be the monster wearing human skin that people believe me to be, will you do what needs to be done? Yes. My path is your path, then. I'll see you in Kunakt. At the inn. You take your place in the common hall, and the owner comes to welcome you. His broad shoulders and buck teeth betray he has a drop of giant's blood in his veins. His voice shakes the beams of the building. Any news from the far-off lands? Nay, there be no open trails. Without trails, there be no travelers. Without travelers, there be no news. I'm looking for a witch. She's supposed to live in these woods? The innkeeper looks at you suspiciously. What would you want this witch for? Ah, it doesn't matter. Head north and west at the crossroads. You'll find your witch. My supplies. Supplies? Weird candles. 35. How much money do I have? 27. Great. buy some booze. Eat food. Grubwood maggot meat. Yum. I mean, it heals 30 health, and this heals 5. The regular food. So, yeah. Okay. Crafting components. I guess I could get rid of the dog carcasses, huh? Some money back for that. And let's get a little bit of regular food. Okay. Good enough for me. Alright, there's another enemy up here. A mind bender, challenging. How much health do I have? Do that. Where's my health at on this screen? Where's my deck? Does it show me my health on this screen? Give me my wealth. Character panel. Oh, here it is. 210. Alright then. I guess... Well, let's get... oh, I do have that in combat items. That's good. Alright. Well, I guess this is what we're doing. Do I need a weird candle? Because he's on the edge of the weirdness, so I guess I don't need that. Alright, well, it says challenging. Let's, can I save right now? Let's save right now. There we go. Wow, 14 to 17, huh? 2 times. Nice. So I probably should do the all in. And a regular attack. And then at least one block here. Okay. What's your intent? Summoning a new enemy. Oh, that's probably not great. If the enemy damage is triple if the enemy is stunned. I don't have a way to stun them right now. Cleave. So that takes 3 points. Okay. Well, we're gonna do... Well, I don't need the block right now because you're just summoning, right? So I guess it would be worth my while to do cleave. Who's got 1 point? A peasant. But he does 2 attacks. So it's meant to take my attention away. What we can do is I have a couple stuns here. Well, I have this stun. I should stun her because she's going to do 5 attacks. So, do that. Thank you very much. That is duration 1. Does that will that cancel out all 5 of our attacks? I think it should, right? I hope it does. It's stun, but we'll see, I guess. Alright, attack this guy just to get rid of him. And I'll block because that's the only thing I can do right now. Right, okay, it did. Cool. The target's intent is to attack stun. Yes, please. Although we could do another... Well, no, I need to block something here. Some of those, because they're going to whittle away at me if I don't, so... Do that. And then an attack like that. We're at, what, 60% now? Alright, well, I don't need to waste any more there. Okay. Damage is tripled if the enemy is stunned. We definitely want to do that. And Shield Bash will stun. So, stun. And triple damage. Thank you. What to do here? We definitely should try the hard hit, but whether or not it's actually going to, like, it's... Oh! Wait, that just pop up to... Why does that say... Why does it say 108 to 134 when I roll over it? But then it says 54 to 67. Well, I guess we should roll the dice and see what happens here. I don't know why that's changing like that, but let's do it. Wow, and it did hit for that 127, so maybe that's just a visual glitch, maybe? Alright, XP and a throwing knife. Deals damage equal to your weapon's damage and applies minor bleeding on the target. Okay. I'll take it. Let's put that in our combat. Oh, good. It automatically put it in the combat slot. Cool. I like it when a game's like, yeah, you're probably going to want to put this here, so we'll just do it for you. The weirdness twists space and time. Sometimes things you encounter when wandering around without a weird candle will be surprising in a pleasant way. Sometimes they won't. This isn't a mimic, is it? What is this? A pattering chest. There seems to be something trapped inside. It's a mimic. God damn it, I hate mimics. So we have no idea what this thing is going to do. So we have no idea what this thing's going to do. Let's just do this. What in the ever-living frack is this? Herd instincts. They're all negative 120%. That's weird. Oh, and they're all doing a ton of damage. That's really weird. Okay, this was a mistake. This was quite the mistake. What's this mean? Herd instinct. For every ally in fight gains plus 30% damage and minus 30 armor. Oh, I see. So every time I kill one of these things, they're going to get their armor back a little bit. But they're going to lose their 30% damage. Okay. Well, small strikes. 22 to 27. Let's do crippling attack there. Crippling attack there. Stun one of them at least. And we'll breathe, which will give me a +1 action next time. Damn. Okay. Good thing. Uh, 23 to 29. Damage is triple if the enemy is stunned. So... Ooh, leveled up there. 14 to 17. I'm getting like a crap ton of XP for all these things. I guess we better stand our ground here. Oh crap, my brawler is on. Deal damage based on your charges to one enemy. 22 to 28. Alright, let's do that. Him down. Okay, good. At least I did end my turn before I used that. Okay, we're not too bad, all things considered. Everything costs a lot here. 3 points and 2 points. And I don't even need to do the all-in because these things are already going to wreck faces here. But what I am going to need to do is stun one of these things and then block one because we don't have a whole lot I can do here. So they're all the same damage, so I guess it doesn't matter which one I stun. Stun that one and block. Alright, small strikes. There we go. 14 to 17 attack. Bam. Nice. Consecrated oil. Next 3 attacks deal double damage. And Shard of Morgana's Mirror disables all healing on the target. Okay. We'll leave that. Pick a new card. Rapid attack. Damage 3 to 4 times 6 random enemies. Each hit reduces target's armor by 3. Ooh. Mark of Blood. Reduce enemy's armor by 60 for 1 turn. Next turn, restore their full hit points. Oh, that's a weird one. Okay. Shield Slam. If your armor is above 4, damage 7 to 8. If your armor is above 40, stun the target. Okay. I think Rapid Attack sounds like the one I want. Let's use this right now.
This witch was supposed to be a piece of local folklore that wet nurses used to scare little brats into submission. Now, as you stand in front of her place, you feel a shiver coming down your spine. Was she real all the time? Or did the weirdness conjure her from your town's myths and legends? Whichever is true, her devastated old ruin of a house looks like a piece of nightmare. Even though there's a faint candlelight coming from inside, everything about this place screams, "Run away!" You barely make one step towards the door when a weird claimed monstrosity pounces right at you from the dark.
We're gonna have to fight the witch then, huh? So I guess she's not gonna help us out, huh? What in the ever-living fuck is that? Amalgated deer. Okay. Well, I did want to sleep tonight, but I guess that's going to be a thing. Get more videos recorded if I don't sleep, I guess. Okay, so if the target's intent is to attack then stun, that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to do small strikes. And I'll do, should I do a stand your ground or should I just, I mean, it's stunned. Let's just, because it'll go into the discard pile and I'd rather be able to have it for later, so let's just end their turn. Oh, everything went into the discard pile anyway. Okay, never mind. Could have just did it anyway. Alright. So 4 strikes, eh? I want to do breathe just to get the energy for next turn. Do this and do this. It's turned red. That's probably not a great sign, but okay. Alright, so we have 4 energy this turn. Damage 7 to 8. Oh, I guess it goes up because I'm getting rid of their armor. If the enemy is stunned. I wish I had something to stun the enemy with. So we could just do that and just finish them off. Although, it's going to do 49 to 61, it looks like, regardless. So, oh, it's got an affliction. I guess I broke one of its bones, and that's why I'm doing more damage. Oh, maybe that's what happened last time. Weird Stone Heart allows you to brave weirdness without any repercussions. That's for 9 turns.
With the beast dead, there's nothing preventing you from entering the hut now.
Examine the beast. You carefully flip over the fresh carcass. Weirdness twisted this creature almost beyond recognition. But long time ago, it was probably some sort of a guard dog. Oh, I got 250 XP for looking at it. Okay, cool.
The door creaks. You step inside, only to be stunned by a loud bang and a sudden flash of light.
Your ears are ringing.
Among the smoke, a silhouette of a hooded woman waves her hands, performing what looks like magical gestures.
Attack, wait, run away. Why do I have the feeling... Like, I think most people would probably pick wait because they don't want to attack her, but I get the feeling like that's a trap. Like, if we wait, she's going to just wreck our faces or something. But then again, maybe I'm putting too much thought into it. I assume if I attack her, we'll basically kill her and then she won't be able to help us. I'll say wait.
Her mysterious incantations soon change into more discernible curses.
You bloody fool! Did you even realize what you've done? Without my pet, the next beast that comes this way will simply barge in.
You look back towards the creature you killed outside, and you suddenly feel a pang of shame.
Get out of here before you do more damage.
Offer her reparations. Please accept my apologies. Please accept my apologies.
Yes, I'll be sure to remember you're sorry as the beast of wildness ripped me to shreds.
The vitriol in her words could eat through a steel plate. Tell her of Kunak's plight. I need your help with Kunak's menhir.
You come to my house, kill my pet, and now you ask me for help? Not that simple, I'm afraid.
Okay, I killed your guardian. What can I do to settle the score?
There might be a way to undo the damage you've done. I know a spell I could use to bind a new guardian to this place.
I'd rather not be bound to this place, if that's what you're thinking. She thinks for a while.
There's one ingredient you have to bring me, though. The black tongue of a man hanged for his crimes.
That's a rather specific ingredient. But I guess it's good that she said tongue and not, you know, anything else, any other body part. Where will I find that kind of thing?
A couple of weeks ago, when the trail was still open, a patrol from Camelot caught and stringed up some brigands not far from here. Look for a great lone oak. Either that, or you can wait until someone in your farmhold deserves a good hanging. Just keep in mind, the crimes need to be real.
Okay. Reeve Witch of Kunak. Okay, is this pointing me to where this thing is at? Is that, am I tracking that? There's a question. Oh, it's tracked, okay. Find the blackened tongue of a man hanged for his crimes, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, that... Okay, now it's being tracked. Oop. Run into some so some encounters we just can't... Flesh-eating grub larva. I guess some of these encounters we just can't see on the road, unless it was there and I just couldn't tell. So yeah, stun. And sure. What is this? Blood sample. Sample of blood extracted from a creature inhabiting Grubwood. Now we're collecting blood. This is the darkness has arrived here. There's some hidden wealth there. Let's do this. The hidden wealth doesn't turn into some kind of weird craziness. 20 wealth. Hanging tree. As the gnarled branches of this long-dead oak emerge from the weirdness, you can only think about one thing. People who committed this execution were idiots. No one should leave dead bodies at the mercy of pure weird. Then, with each step you begin to hear it, a vibration in the air, a barely audible sound that slowly unfolds into a disharmonic chant. The hangman's tree is singing. I'm assuming it's not some Avril Lavigne song or something like that. Plug your ears, approach the tree. listen to the song. Plug your ears. Unspeakable things happen in the weirdness, and you don't want this to turn into another cautionary tale that wet nurses use to scare children. You gather clumps of thick moss and plug your ears. You are now unable to hear the music. Approach the tree. You're now under the tree. Its branches sway in the wind, but you only hear the pounding of your own blood in your plugged ears. Out of all cadavers dangling from the branches, only 3 look like they may still have a tongue. Alright, well, check the second one. Second brigand was hanged higher up. You climb the branches, carefully reach him. As you pull back his hood, you let out a vile curse. He was weird claimed. He has no mouth. Suddenly, a branch you're standing on moves. Your landing at the bottom of the tree is very painful. Oh, for Christ's sake. The third one? Third body swings from the end of one of the highest branches. The climb would be difficult even without the sudden gusts of wind. Finally reach for the cadaver's open mouth and pull out his tongue that suddenly wriggles like a big black worm. You got one dead man's tongue. You make your way down, ignoring the sudden trembling of the branches. Okay. Candlemaker.
There are many grisly tales about candle makers who secretly made their candles out of people they were supposed to protect.
These candles are people!
You're not sure if it's safe to enter.
I mean, the hell.
So fast. They burn out so fast. Perhaps if I... No. I may need both later. The candles aren't out, are they? You're not one of the weird spawns?
Buy supplies?
I can't sell you any. I barely make enough to keep myself alive.
Can I help?
Actually, yes, you can, if you dare.
Tell me what you need.
The candles I make...
Oh, require specific material. Sorry, I accidentally clicked again. He leans in closer.
You see, we don't know much about the weirdness. The druids, they discovered quite a lot over the years. But then peasants sharpened their pitchforks, lined the druids up in the charred conclave, and set them alight.
That sounds unpleasant.
No wonder they're not keen on sharing their knowledge anymore.
I mean, cause and effect. So what are these materials we need? He silences you with a gesture.
But the one thing you can learn, if you simply observe, is that weirdness seems allergic to humans. It feels like something about us weakens its hold. And what is it we humans are best at? What is it we're unconditional masters of?
Cruelty?
My candles, you might say, are formed from death.
We're masters of dying? I mean, technically everyone who's breathing is going to die at some point in the future. I guess we're all good at that. Understood?
And that's all right with you?
I mean, it's life. We need to be able to walk through weirdness. It's a matter of survival. The man sighs.
Whatever you say.
He disappears for a time and returns with wax, fat, and other ingredients you don't recognize.
I had no problems finding supplies in Grubwood, but something happened there. Something disturbing. I feel something wrong hiding there.
Oh, great. Make me want to, take my vacation there. You're trying to scare me off?
No. It's just a creature I haven't seen before. Or rather a beast of unusual size. A wyerm I've spotted near the swamps.
Are they rouses? Rodents of unusual size?
I firmly believe it's connected to what's happening in Grubwood. Find it. Kill it. Clear me a path so I can scavenge what I need from its corpse. And I promise you'll never run out of weird candles again.
Kill it. Kill it with the fire. Okay then. I really like how they've laid out these quests and stuff. This is really cool. We can't go any further that way. Let's get back to this witch and give her our candle. I told you I need the black tongue of a man hanged for his crimes. Yeah, here's your tongue. Thank you, this will do. West complete. Unusual familiar completed. Wicked Witch of the West completed. The men here?
Fine. As the menhir crumbles, it's becoming more and more numb. You need to jolt it with something new, something you never felt. Magic from the homelands. Powerful, ancient magic.
Where can I find it?
Apart from Camelot, the family graves of your Lord Yvain might be a good bet. His ancestors date back to the homelands after all.
Okay. Awesome. I should probably start, like, restoring some health and things. Do I have anything else here? Healing on target. 3 attacks deal double damage. I feel like I want to put that on there, actually. Weirdness without any repercussions. Food. Throwing knife. I would imagine, like, couldn't I, like, go back to the inn and, like, heal up or something? Like, sleep or whatever? You would think. I mean, I could consume some food, which we'll do right now. Alright. Use a few of these candles just to get back there relatively quickly. Around this way. I kind of want to go see if there's a way to, like, rest up for the day or something. So since I'm in here, this is our home, right? Yes. Work. You will get 1 weapon of bad quality. Yeah, no, let's rest. I don't want the weapon of bad quality. Okay, so that rests and that healed us up. Cool. That's kind of what I was hoping for. 96 health. Awesome. Man, I like what is going on here, friends. Now let's save. Let's go back to the menu. All right, friends. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm also kind of curious as to what the endless mode is like too, where you build stuff up. But yeah, this is really cool. This is really cool. I don't usually like super dark games. Dark as in not lighting dark, but as in, like, you know, everything's creepy and all that stuff. But in this particular case, the art style doesn't put me off. Like, it's a very dark world, but it's not it's not one where I kind of like don't want to deal with it. Like I have this thing, and I can't really explain it, but I have this thing like there's a game called Darkest Dungeon that everyone loves, and it would probably be something that I would like, but the art style is too creepy for me, and I've never been able to really want to play it. Like, I see the art and I'm like, eh. This one manages to be creepy, but at the same time is not off-putting. Some, you know, like some things in Dark Souls and the Dark Souls games kind of do that, kind of trigger that on me too. But this has so far been really, really cool. I like what's going on here. I like what I see. This is rather awesome. I would say, friends. Very, very cool. Very cool stuff. But this, my friends, has been Tainted Grail. It is by Awaken Realms Digital. It is currently in early access on Steam for $25 US. I'd say even in its current state, $25 is probably good. Probably a good price. Just based on what I've done here, there's been no hitches, no hiccups, no bugs that I've seen. Good stuff all around, I would say, friends. As always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.